So I always wanted to talk about how have you ever like gotten like a short text and then immediately thought, okay, did I do something wrong? Why are they being dry? Why is it like just two words? When someone leaves you delivered for like hours or like an hour, you know, and suddenly like you're replaying every conversation. You're like, okay, yo, why did I do this? What happened here? Did I do something? Like you're always like just you're not sure what happened. Why are they being dry? Or just these two words, they bug you. They bug the shit out of you. And then you apologize for things that just doesn't make sense. They're not even your fault. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, I think what you're saying is true, and then you want to say your opinion, but you don't. You backtrack and you're like, yeah, yeah, you can't disagree pretty much. So you hide like your opinion, you hide whatever you want to say, you know? And I think this is really common because you're scared that people won't like you. I guess people won't say that, they're scared, but at the end of the day, you're gonna be like mentally exhausted. You're always gonna be thinking like, what the fuck did I do? You're like, dude, your brain is like, everyone hates you, brother. You gotta chill, right? Everyone hates you. This is it. Like, you're a bad person. And then, yeah, if this sounds like you, then yeah, let's talk about it more. So, I think in the first part here of the video, we're gonna talk about how you're constantly looking for signs. You're just looking for every like step or everything you guys talk about. You always look for a sign of rejection, right? Like you're always looking for something. You're like, wait, the problem isn't that people hate you. The problem is maybe it's your brain that's always searching because there's a pattern, that's happening. There's something that you're doing every time. The brain is looking for an evidence. Let's look, let's look, let's look. They sent a short reply. They hate me. They didn't like my joke. They hate me. They took too long to answer. They hate me. Everything just like someone looked serious at like a certain point in a day. Maybe they had a problem before, and then you talk to them. They're serious, and they're like, you know, yeah. And you're like, oh, they messed me. Like, they must be mad at me. It's just like, bruh, you're like confused. You're like, why is this guy talking to me like this? He must be mad. Like, he must be annoyed about like something I did, right? So this is just me talking and explaining, it's my point, what I think of it. And it's like your brain becomes like a weapon. It's like a detective, pretty much. Like, literally, detective mode, whose only job is to find proof that you're unwanted. It's literally like that. It's just like your detective was looking for like those small clues. When you're like in a game, you're just like hate like the hate clues pretty much, and you just look at it and then like aligning it together. And that's the scary part is like once your brain is like okay with this or just got used to it, it can find it everywhere. Can you imagine everything they do? You find a flaw in it. Two, actually put it in like it's like a I don't know, it's like a circle, and then you put like the hate thing inside of it, and then you go inside the circle. You know, Even like when it doesn't exist, you just need to look for that hate section. And then I think like in the second part would or second thing I want to talk about as well is that this was like something that changed my perspective. In this kind of situation or this kind of like a common thing that happens to people. Most people like aren't like analyzing as much as you think. you know People don't be thinking that deep as you do, because you're going to be thinking about everything deeply, then you're going to be exhausted the whole time. Let's say like a friend replied with okay, and then like a I don't know, like a I don't know, okay, then like a point, I don't know, like a okay, and then like nothing. He didn't say like why, this, that. Maybe they're tired, maybe they're busy. Maybe they're upset, man. Something just big as like something just happened to them. Because like they're humans, they're like you, they get upset too. But you don't think about that. You don't think that they get upset. You don't put that in perspective. So maybe they might be dealing with something completely different or unrelated to you, pretty much. Because everyone has a life. There's no way their life is gonna be like just a revolving around you, right? So I think everyone has their problems, and then the worries, the responsibilities, that they have to deal with, the thoughts. Some people be thinking like deeply, not just you. And then I think just when you're like insecure about that thing, you somehow make it about yourself. You know, I think it's just that when we're insecure about something, we always make it about ourselves. You just shift it, like shift the problem, um, and just assume everything is like a something that have to do with you. You're just putting yourself in the middle when it's not like your problem. Because most of the time it doesn't revolve around you. Let's not lie. Um, and I think for people who always say sorry, this is a really important point. You apologize for every action you do. I know everyone got to this point in life, and maybe there's people who are like this, you know, because you wanna avoid rejection. You're constantly saying sorry, sorry, sorry. You're just like they're about to say something, look, boom, stop. Yo, I'm sorry. You're just stopping them. There's like a barrier that you put there. Even if they say something not about you, you're like, oh, sorry, sorry for texting you. Sorry for being annoying. Sorry for asking. Sorry for talking too much. Sorry for this. Sorry for existing. At some point, you're gonna say that. You become so afraid of giving your own opinion or just being yourself. You're like, nah, you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Like, I'm sorry for bothering you. Sorry for bothering, I don't know. I just made your day, harder for you. Sorry for asking you this. It's like you're shrinking yourself. It's like you're nothing. You're just there, bro. Like, it's like you're just there for their emotional support, or you're just there like a bot, like, you know, because after a while, when you're not like even apologizing because you did something wrong, you're apologizing because you're scared. You see? You're apologizing because you're scared that people will leave you if you don't. Don't lie to yourself now. This is the truth. You're scared that people will leave you, right? And I just think that if you can't voice your opinion pretty much, maybe someone asks for your opinion, for example, and you actually have one, but then you think, mm, if I say this, is it gonna upset him? Because it's my own opinion. It's what I'm thinking. It's my own brain, my own personality. Mm. Is it gonna annoy him? What if they think I'm weird? This goes through this is like inside your brain in like 5 seconds, bro. When they're asking you about your opinion. What if I say this though? Maybe they're not gonna like me no more. But if I say this, I actually could hurt him, even though he asked me for my opinion. Mm, Maybe this is stupid, but you know what? Never mind. I don't know, bro. Like, you know what? I don't know. You know, but like I don't know, bro. You know what? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I actually don't know. It's just, and you're eventually every time you're backtracking, and then you become a version of yourself. You're like, mm, okay, everyone likes this version, but no one approves of it. No one approves of it because, like, how can I explain this better terms? Um, so you pretty much you just want people approval, but you're not thinking like in a good way for yourself. Because if you're every time just asking for people's approval, and then you're literally becoming what they want when they want, so that way you can't become what you want when you want. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So nobody actually knows how you don't even know who you are. Like, not who you are, but you don't even know how to act yourself, you know? And I just think that this definitely doesn't come from any like nowhere. Usually this doesn't come from nowhere. This is definitely because either I think there's a lot of things that plays in this because it's just you growing up. It doesn't happen like one day, and then it's just that you get used to it. You obviously don't realize it until you realize it. Maybe you grew up like around your family, friends, or whatever, cousins, whatever. You getting criticized a lot, just by your family, whatever. Maybe you had a lot of bad friendships. Maybe they suddenly left just because. No explanation. They just left. They abandoned your ass. They just abandoned you. Maybe you're bullied. Yeah. hmm that's a good one right there. Uh, Maybe the love that people gave you, even your family, friends, family, felt like conditional. You had a condition. You had something. You had to do something. There was a condition. You know, just like you want to complete a mission in a game, you have to rescue this and then extract. You had to do this. To so your brain is always like on high alert. It's always like, okay, I gotta do this for them to approve, and then they're gonna like me. This is gonna be like inside your fucking brain. This is how smart human beings are. You realize that all that happens in like 2 seconds, or like I don't know how much, but like that happens just so fast. So you can't even voice your own opinion, or you can't be you. You're always gonna be like, wait, I did this. Is he gonna still like me? Am I still liked? I don't know, man. They saw me like messing up yesterday and being mad. Are they gonna like me? Ah, I don't know. Am I safe? Dude, I don't know. Like, they're still gonna accept me, right? Like, you're always trying to, like, your brain is literally trying to not to hurt you, you know? But, like, it's trying to protect you. But the problem is, it's protecting you in a way that it's protecting you from threats that often aren't even there, like it's just protecting you from stuff that don't even exist. It's like schizophrenia. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. You're literally imagining stuff and putting a barrier and creating this field of delusion, you know? And then the cost of living, let's say, right? This is the probably one of the most important things. You're exhausted always. You're overthinking every text. You hide your real opinions. You don't know what to say when asked. What do you want to eat? What do you want to do? You're always walking on eggshells. You're always being like, always like, it's like playing safe, always messing up, you know? And the worst part would be you don't even know yourself. You imagine, like, even when like people genuinely like you struggle to believe they like you. Like, if someone, let's say one day someone said, "Oh, bro, you're my best friend," you're like, "Really?" I swear to God, there is people who are like that. When they get like maybe I don't know, someone likes them, someone, "Oh, really? You like me? What? Actually?" Like, not like that, but you get what I'm saying. Even if people react like that, you know, you're like, your brain like doesn't even understand what's happening. You're like, "Oh shit!" Like, because your brain is always addicted to looking for rejection. Poop, poop. Detective mode, bad detective though. So I think how do you start breaking from this is, there's definitely steps to this, but I think everyone has their own opinion of how to break from this. But what I think is, you just stop caring. This is like the easiest, probably the easiest thing that I could tell you is you gotta stop caring, bro. A short text is just a short text. A delayed reply is just a delayed reply. A disagreement is just a disagreement. I don't know. Not every uncomfortable encounter should be like a fucking, I don't know, like a big ass problem or delusion. Because we're humans, we're not gonna agree on everything. Even if we're not, let's say, we're different people, different brains. So I don't think everyone is gonna agree on everything. And you don't need to say sorry every time you're asking a question. Like, you're having needs, you're taking up space, you're having an opinion different than others. You don't have to uh stop like apologizing. You're literally like, you don't have to sorry, you don't have to apologize about everything, because like you're literally apologizing for existing at this point. So what are you doing? What's the I don't understand. What's the, like, what's the big picture? What are you trying to be? What are you trying to do? You're just like thinking about the negative side always, you know? And you don't have to say sorry every time, you did a mistake or something. It's just that I don't think everyone's gonna agree at some point. But not everyone will like you. This is, you gotta understand this, that not everyone's gonna like you. There's no way in hell that everyone is gonna like you, bro. You know, like this happened to, like, I don't know who you take example for, celebrities, athletes, whatever, prophets, whatever. They never got liked. Like they were in, I'm not saying they were in better position than you, but they had things, or they were at old times where it's not like now. But you get what I'm saying. This is human nature. Not everyone is gonna like you. This is normal. Just like when you see somebody for the first time, it just clicks. You just like this person. It's the same thing. You see this guy for the first time, you're not, like, you're not comfortable. You feel like there's something, but maybe he's a good person, but you just don't, and that's okay, because our, like, the goal in life isn't making everyone approve of you. You don't have to get approved by everyone. The goal is to become comfortable enough with yourself. I know me, I love me, I want me, I understand myself, I know what I want. I want to be a better person, I want to work on this, I want to get more money, whatever I want. It's I, not you being selfish, but man, you gotta know yourself. Like, it's like others people approval isn't oxygen. Like, it isn't your oxygen. You can live without it, just like breathing. And I think, just like, if you spend every day trying to make sure everybody dislikes you, bruh, you're not gonna even know yourself. Like, you're gonna end up abandoning your true self, and you don't even know it yet. Like, you don't even get there. Imagine you just wasting your whole life like that. And then you'll stay quiet when you want to speak. You don't know how to voice your opinion. You'll become smaller, just to fit in everyone's exceptions. Every time you're either gonna become big and then become small, because there's no way everyone's gonna want the same way of uh manners or approval, whatever. you know and I'll tell you the truth, right? A human being who has another relationship, or relation with a friend, whatever, needs to have their own opinion, needs to take up space. I'll break it to you. You have to disagree with others, you have to take up space, you deserve to disagree with opinions, because the moment you stop chasing everyone approval, that's when it's the moment you're finally becoming yourself. Because you're like, okay, you don't like with this, no, I don't agree with you, but you don't have to apologize for everything. And when you say no, it means no. Like, you don't have to get forced about stuff. You can be like, you want to do this? No, man, I'm not feeling like it. I'll go to the gym today, I can't miss my session. Be like, oh, no, you can go tomorrow, but you don't have to. No, bro, I'll go now, and then maybe we can go out later. That way you'd have your own opinion. If they don't like it, they don't like it. Because maybe people don't hate you. Maybe you've just been at war with yourself, that for so long, that you started seeing them everywhere. Like, you started seeing this detective hate mode everywhere. Everyone hates me because they're being dry. Everyone hates me because that maybe they had a bad day. Maybe they had, like, a shortcut. I don't know, like a shortcoming, a problem, someone, because you always got to think about maybe them having a negative thing in their life, not just you, right? Okay. Take care, guys. Love y'all.